field in line for the 100th running of the Jamaica Derby. Starter ready, they're off for the Derby. One of a Kind gets a good start, so to Another Affair in the white cap more toward the far side. Nipster is right behind as they make their way now toward the final, well, rather the quarter pole. And Another Affair as expected. She did it in the St. Leger and now grabs that lead to set the fractions as they come toward us for the first time. King Arthur is braced back in second under a tight wrap. Mahogany cruising down on the outside, but it's Another Affair as they arrive at the 16th for the first time. Another Affair bouncing easy with that lead, almost 2 lengths ahead of King Arthur and Mahogany. It's a group of 4. Money Monster on the rail. Nipster in between horses, One of a Kind. Wow Wow racing 4 wide as they go into that clubhouse turn. Green Gold Rush is rubbing shoulders with Double Crown, and last of all, it's Fearless Champion. But Another Affair continues to lead them as they run the turn toward the backstretch. Another Affair out in front. Mahogany now moves dangerously down into second. King Arthur is held together in third. A tight grouping next. One of a Kind is there. Money Monster is running on the rail. Wow Wow hidden from view at the moment as they make their way now running toward the 6th. Toward the back, Double Crown, Green Gold Rush, and Fearless Champion. 6 furlongs remaining in the Derby. Another Affair continues to set those splits and asked to open up now, opening 4 lengths over Mahogany, bouncing in second. King Arthur is racing back in third. One of a Kind joining that one. Wow Wow now beginning a run on the outside. Money Monster right there on the rail. In behind them, that's Nipster. Double Crown is next ahead of Green Gold Rush, and Fearless Champion asked to pick up from the back. A half a mile to run in the Derby. They are out to arrive at the 7/16th, and the brave Another Affair continues to lead. Mahogany needs to find 2 1/4 lengths. Here now is on the outside, One of a Kind running together with King Arthur. Nipster is racing up next. Wow Wow needs to find more. Money Monster in behind, but the leaders have left the 5/16th. Has the filly slipped them? It's Another Affair out in front at the top of the lane in the 100th running of the Jamaica Derby. Here now, asked to fly on the outside is King Arthur. It's Another Affair running toward the furlong pole, and King Arthur is the one now that comes through to grab the lead. It's King Arthur and Another Affair. She's fighting back. Watch Nipster in the black cap on the rail. He did it in the Leger. Can he do it today? They run with just meters to go, and it's King Arthur out in front, creating the upset over Nipster. Another Affair, One of a Kind. Money Monster is back in 5th. For the 101st running of the Jamaica Derby, presented by BetMakers. 1.5 miles ahead of them, they're off for the Derby. Calculus gets a good start on the far side, so too Santorini. E&I Lynx is right up with those. Further and Beyond is also traveling powerfully in the early exchanges as they've covered the first furlong and begin to sort themselves out. E&I Lynx in the red, just beginning to drift down toward the rail, looks to have the overall lead. Billy Whiz is moving closer. Further and Beyond, without the visor, is traveling smoothly at this stage as they pass the furlong pole for the first time. On the rail, Calculus may just be squeezed for a bit of space, getting out into an opening now as E&I Lynx leads them past us for the first time under a tight rein. Calculus in second, just over Regal and Royal. Santorini right on their heels. Billy Whiz is the one racing out wide. Further and Beyond, taking the widest route as they enter that clubhouse turn and arrive at the mile. E&I Lynx leading up. Calculus a length down on the rail. Regal and Royal moving closer. There goes a Billy Whiz. Further and Beyond kept to the outside for racing room. Santorini is right against the rail, being blocked in at the moment. Big Jewel is close enough, just about 5 lengths off that lead. Moneyman is a further 4 lengths in behind them. Daddy Jones is next. And last of all, it's a Positive ID. On the back stretch, they arrive at the 6. Further and Beyond now snatches that lead. E&I Lynx staying with him. Calculus is there. Billy Whiz and Big Jewel. These form a very tight bunch on the run to the 5. Santorini watches them just about 4 lengths off the lead. Regal and Royal is faded back a bit. Then Daddy Jones, a Money Man as the back markers string out, and Positive ID remains last. They've left the 5. They run toward the half mile, and it is a Calculus now moving up to test further and beyond. Big Jewel breathing down the necks as they run into that turn, and the tempo will now increase, and further and beyond tries to kick away, but Calculus hanging on to his coattails. Big Jewel is right there in third spot. Billy Whiz now wound up for a run in fourth. Behind them a gap opens to Santorini as they've left the 3. The rest seem hopeless at this stage as they're about to flash past the 5/16th. It's further and beyond, and Magnificent Day Nelson, who turned for home in the 2021 Jamaica Derby. A quarter of a mile to go. Further and beyond continues to hold that lead. Calculus is over on the rail. Billy Whiz now set a light on the outside. Further and beyond getting the stick in the left hand as they arrive at the furlong pole quickly. Dane snatches it into the right. Here is a Billy Whiz kicking it on the outside. Further and beyond beginning to tie up Billy Whiz. Calculus coming once again. Calculus now points close home, and the Ledger winner takes the Derby over Billy Whiz. Then further and beyond, Big Jewel is next ahead of Santorini. For the 2022 running of the Jamaica Derby, presented by BetMakers, the starter is ready. The crowd is on its feet, and they're off for the 2022 running of the BetMakers presented Derby, and the filly Atomica gets away well. So too Blue Vinyl as they make their way up now toward covering the first furlong. Blue Vinyl just the leader, Atomica right there in the center. Over toward the far side, Brinks is running prominently. Monsieur Blue is pasted to the rail. Rainsville, the grey and the yellow sleeves with them at the far side. Prince Sanjay is racing nearest to us. Sunny T and Chippy joining that one. The head cornerstone toward the back, and last of all it's Rum Puncher. But they pass us for the first time and make their way now toward the mile, and Atomica gets the position she wants. She leads up from Brinks. Blue Vinyl settled just in behind them in third. Sunny T and Chippy is racing off the rail 3 wide. Monsieur Blue against it. Morimoto tucked in between horses. Sunny T and Chippy makes ground just about 5 lengths off that lead. Rainsville the Grey comes next, taken off the fractions. The head cornerstone is a further 2 lengths back. Rum Puncher is next, and the last of all, it's Prince Sanjay, probably outclassed as Atomica runs away now toward the final 6 furlongs. Atomica out in front by just about 2 lengths, making her way now toward the 6. Brinks is chasing 2.5 to 3 lengths back and racing in a second. Blue Vinyl is edging closer as they go past the 6. A gap opens up to Morimoto. Sunny T and Chippy, they're stringing out. Rainsville races in behind him. Then Monsieur Blue in the blue colors. The head cornerstone races ahead of Rum Puncher, and Prince Sanjay remains firmly planted at the back. They've left the 5 in the Derby and run toward the half mile. The tempo should now quicken up, and Atomica has the lead. Blue Vinyl has made good progress and is now only a length and a half down as they leave the half mile. A gap of 5 to Brinks looking out of it. So too Morimoto. Rainsville is way behind them with Sunny T and Chippy and the head cornerstone. Prince Sanjay has made some ground. Rum Puncher and Monsieur Blue trail the field, but the leaders have left the 3 and come toward the 5/16th, and Atomica seeks her revenge. She holds the lead. Can Blue Vinyl reel her in? Brinks is surprisingly making late progress, but Atomica is into the lane. She has left the quarter pole behind. Blue Vinyl making hard work of it. Over on the rail, that's Brinks and Atomica. She continues to hold the advantage. Dane Dawkins using the stick in the left hand, and now she begins to drift off a true line. Blue Vinyl has to do more. Brinks is over on the rail. It is Atomica. She has had her revenge. She has turned the tables and proves to be the best 3-year-old in the land. Atomica wins it for the Oak Ridge Farms. Atomica wins, and wins handily. Brinks is second. Blue Vinyl is third. The head cornerstone is for the Jamaica Derby, the 103rd running of it, and they're off for the Derby. Secret Admiral breaks in behind horses. California Gold over on the far side. Thalita comes right through now, going for that lead. Mojito is right there too. Strike Smart looking for room in between them as they leave the quarter pole for the first time and come away toward us in the stands. Mojito the grey on the outside, possibly just the leader. The leader is close up with Strike Smart. California Gold down against the rail. Money Miser staying close all the time. Strike Smart fading out just a bit, caught by Huntsman as they passed us for the first time, and Mojito has been sent straight to that lead. Money Miser in pursuit with Thalita. California Gold is down against the rail. Huntsman racing on their outside, then Strike Smart and Ability. Kai on the go on the outside of Super Alex. Down against the rail, that's Secret Admiral. Life is Life on the outside, Steen toward the back, and on Charter at the back of the field as they arrive over toward the far side and the 7. It is Mojito attempting to go all the way, striding out by some 3 lengths. Being chased by Money Miser and Thalita in third. Huntsman is racing next as they make the way toward the final 6 in the Derby. Behind Huntsman, a gap opens up to Ability and California Gold fading. Strike Smart and the rest have mountains to climb as they leave the 6. Super Alex and Secret Admiral stablemates race up together. Steen in behind them with Life is Life. Further back to Kai on the go, and on Charter has not improved as the strung out field leave the 5 and Mojito continues to lead. Huntsman is left 3 lengths down. Thalita now asked to go after the leader. There too, that is Money Miser as they're arriving at the half-mile marker. A huge gap opens up to Ability. Strike Smart is next with Super Alex on the outside of Secret Admiral. Life is Life in the red silks races ahead of Steen. Then we have California Gold on Charter, and Kai on the go has faded badly as the leaders now leave the 3. It is Mojito stealing away Ability. The surprise of the party now comes on the scene on the outside as they leave the 5/16th, and Ability has now taken charge at the top of the lane in the Derby. The grey Mojito will have to dig deep. Here is a Money Miser now let loose, but it is Ability, the rider, changing his hold. Ability out in front, Money Miser drifting to the right. Mojito is back in third. It is Ability with a furlong to run. This is the 103rd running of the Jamaica Derby, and Ability holds a 3-length lead over Money Miser inside the final 16th. It is Ability and Alan Bongo, John Mirage. They're gonna win the Derby and create an upset. Ability wins it over Money Miser. Secret Admiral running on is third. Mojito can only manage 4th, and Thalita 5th.
And they're off in the 104th edition of the Jamaica Derby. The gray Run Julie Run was quick into stride, and from the middle, here's California Crown, and as expected, California Crown put right on the early lead. Run Julie Run from down toward the inside, and these two race on. They've gone 2.5 better than Zulu Warrior. He's racing together with Crown Chaser. Out in the middle goes Oil Machine. Off heels a touch is Mac and Rome. Race favorite Interest in Times Ahead. He's in the red blinkers, well settled mid-flight. Out in the middle goes Provident as they head to the wire the first time. A gap of another 2 to Bold Move third last. Captain Sparrow and Edgar Zayas are second last. And late running King Pie, last of the 11, behind an opening quarter of 25 and 1. They race into the Caymanas Park first turn, and up front it's Run Julie Run. The filly has it by almost a length. California Crown is second, and Oil Machine is a tucked in third. Crown Chaser angled to the 2-path by Shane Ellis to race in 4th, followed 5th by Mac and Rome. Interest in Times Ahead is at the rail in 6th, followed 7th by Provident. Racing in 8th is Zulu Warrior. Captain Sparrow is 9th. Bold Move is 10th, and 11th and last is King Pie. The half mile was 50 seconds flat. Energetic fractions as they head down the backstretch. The leader Run Julie Run in front by a length. From between horses California Crown, and out 3 wide. Here's the favorite Interest in Times Ahead, picking off horses and up into second. Gap of 2.5 to Crown Chaser, then Provident. A length and a half to Oil Machine, who puts the cue in the rack. Captain Sparrow begins to rally within 15 of the lead. Dropping back is Zulu Warrior with Mac and Rome. Out the back now, the trailer is King Pie.
They're about to arrive at the half mile in the 104th running of the Jamaica Derby, and Run Julie Run, the filly, has made a big move. Interesting Times Ahead trying to get to her. Crown Chaser right with them. Maybe 3 lengths separates the first 3 as they drive toward the 3/8 pole. Back now to Provident, beginning to make some ground. Watched Captain Sparrow asked to sprout wings. California Crown has faded after the early run. Further back to Oil Machine racing ahead of King Pie, then Zulu Warrior and Mac and Rome as they're about to come into the top of the stretch in the Derby. Run Julie Run, she's the filly, and she is brave and traveling well over on the rail. That is Crown Chaser, and Captain Sparrow now begins to fly on the outside. Captain Sparrow being fought by Run Julie Run. Crown Chaser trying to battle on down against the rail, but Run Julie Run is brave. That's the grey filly. They're inside the final 16th. Run Julie Run giving her all. Crown Chaser now gathering momentum on the rail. The bobbing noses toward the line. Crown Chaser wins the Derby over Run Julie Run. Captain Sparrow, Interesting Times Ahead, disappointing. Provident has finished back in 5th.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.